In the end zone, and the Wildcats are back on their 2-yard line as Alex Coron will put it in play, and there's a kick, and it's going to be into the end zone and out of the end zone, and the Wildcats will take over at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. They fired some kind of a smoke cannon over there on the kickoff and across away from us. At any rate, Wildcats take the field.
Well, last time they played, the South Warren student body decided to come over on Franklin Simpson's side at halftime, and I was interviewing Coach Schlosser, and he was all over that situation.
All right, Tay Jones wide to the right side, and an empty backfield for Jackson Cottle. Sends a man in motion, and it's Brady, and he is caught for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. Back to the 20 or the 17, 18, 19.
Actually, it's 16.
16, yeah.
Nobody blocked the man in the hole, and it wasn't hard to make that tackle.
2nd down and 14 for the Wildcats as Jones goes wide to the left side. That's the wide side of the field. And they gave it up the middle to McKinney, and he gets back to the 19, so a gain of about 3. Now they're going to actually mark it back at just a yard gain. So it'll be 3rd down and about 13. Jackson Carter looking to the sideline for the play. And they'll break the huddle. And it looks like that Randolph is starting at left guard there, Mr. Thurman.
I believe you're correct.
Help me with that number. And in motion, and Jackson Carter back to pass, and down he goes all the way back at the 10-yard line, and Jackson had an area opportunity there, Steve, all the way back to the 10-yard line, so that's going to bring 4th down and 20.
And really, no offensive play really got off there. They were in our backfield from the first play through the 3rd play, and this is going to really be a difficult field position for the Wildcats to have to defend right off the bat.
Yeah, and they're kicking into the wind also, which has kicked up quite a bit. And there's a kick, and down he goes, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Spartans, and I'm not sure whether that's an automatic 1st down or not. And he says it is, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on a roughing the kicker.
And that was Mr. C.J. Hayes that roughed the kicker that time. Oh, I thought it was number 4. Max says it was John Ford.
Number 1, I think. Okay. So the ball back at the 20, and the Wildcats get to start all over again. From the 20. Well, we played 2 minutes, and we're just like we were at the starting with the kickoff there, Mr. Thurman. The ball at the 20, and the Wildcats will see if they can get something going here. So, 2nd chance for them.
Offensive line needs to tighten up.
And Tay Jones to the left side. 1 setback as Brady goes in motion. And the snap and delay a game. So, didn't get a play in time, and the ball will go to the 15, so first penalty of the night against the Wildcats.
Well, again, putting ourselves in a hole here and need to get out from the shadow of that goal line.
Absolutely. All right. Tay Jones to the right side, double wing formation, and they give it to McKinney right up the middle. He's moving across the 20 all the way up to the 25. What a nice run by Carlos McKinney that time over left guard, right behind Randolph and the center Mitch Estes.
Yeah, actually picked up 11, didn't he?
Yeah. Ball at the 26-yard line, so it's second down and about 4. And now the empty backfield with 2 wing backs, and they give it to Josiah. He is tripped as he goes across the line of scrimmage and loses a yard. So I'll be the ball spotted at the 25 now, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
Really need to pick up this first down.
Absolutely. 8 minutes, 58 seconds left here in the first quarter. Wildcats have had the football the whole time, but still have progressed only to the 25 thanks to a 15-yard penalty against them on 4th down. And Roby is hit. Actually got hit by about 3 guys there, but led by number 54. It's Trent Rice. So now the Wildcats will have to kick it away again. The ball on the 23-yard line. So 4th down now and about 7. Not much going for the Wildcats offensively. There's a kick, and it is going to be, way out of bounds. Wow. South Warren's going to have the ball at about the 37-yard lines where they're marking it. That's about right. Offside of his foot.
And James, we've already made 3 or 4 of the kind of mistakes that I said we cannot make in this ball game.
You're exactly right.
Defense is going to have to rise to the occasion. Given Ryder Litton and C.J. Hayes and Nambong or Chiron Nambong a short field is not good at all.
No, Wildcat defense has got to go to work here early. There's ball at the 38 when they finally mark it. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Ryder will take the snap. And he hands it off to Nambong, and he is hit. Got about 3 yards on that, but a real nice tackle.
He knew he was hit, that's for sure.
No doubt about that. Ball at the 35, so a gain of 3, second down and 7. And again, the 3 receivers to the right, 1 back to the left. Takes a snap back to pass. Looks at CJ, throws it long, and it's going to be over his head, out of bounds. Overthrew him.
I'm not sure he wasn't out of bounds if he had caught the ball, but no question about it now. I would bet with right. the way the Wildcats offense worked that first time, they're in 4-down territory here, even though they're outside the 30.
Well, most likely. So 3rd down and 7. And he keeps it to the right side, and he's got running room and is finally hit and drug down at the 20, but a flag is down at the 33. Holding against South Warren. So 10-yard penalty, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and the ball moved back to about the 40, looks like a 46-yard line. .44 where they mark it. All right, 3rd down and about 16. And 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Litton back to pass. Getting the rush, throws it over in the flat, way overthrown. That'll bring up 4th down.
And that's because he had Jordan and Cole Kirby looking down his nose at him.
Did for a fact, and C.J. Hayes had no opportunity to get that. And looks like they're going to try to put the Wildcats back deep in their territory again, kicking. Punter standing at his 43. Wildcats receiver back at the 5-yard line. He kicks it right straight up in the air, and it's says get away from it.
Oh,
It went
out of
bounds. And it will come to about the 21-yard line. So the Wildcats survived some things that are not very good happened to them first 2 times they had the ball, Steve. So see if they can get something going. Ball at the Wildcats 21. 7:08 left. Wildcats with good defense that last time.
Great defense. That holding penalty certainly helped the Wildcats, just like a penalty helped South Warren when we had the football. And Mac pointed out, we saw it last time we played them, they hold on every play.
And Wildcats have to take time out. Formation didn't seem to be right, so timeout on the field. 7:08 left in the first quarter. No score. You're listening to Wildcat Country Sports.
11 minutes is 11 minutes.
Yeah. All right. The double wing formation, receiver to the left side, and hit as the Spartans are really jamming that middle up, Steve. Not much of a chance there. You got to hit with 4 guys.
We've tried tackle to tackle. We've run, let's see, we ran 3, 6. That's the 7th play we've run. We've tried tackle to tackle on most of them, and they're jamming us right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 11 as Ryland Thomas goes wide to the left side, and the double wing formation with McKinney at the fullback and in motion. And they run the reverse, and Brady caught for a loss.
It's kind of like a boxing match. We're just sort of punching right now, and you're expecting a right hand or a left hand to come.
A loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd down and 13. The Wildcats have had 1 good run by McKinney right up the middle, and other than that, been pretty stagnant. All right. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, 1 setback. And Jackson Caudle back to pass. A screen pass right up the middle. He dropped it. Oh, my goodness. Intended for McKinney, and it hit him right in the hands. And not sure they could have gotten the first down, but they would have moved the ball up the field a little bit. He was just past the line of scrimmage. But at any rate, I believe that's the first time we've seen that play this year, Steve.
I believe it is, and we've spent the whole first half of the first quarter in our own territory, which is dangerous.
Yep, they've really got it stacked. And there's a punt, and that one's a pretty good punt. It's going to be taken. And flag goes down, and the runner goes down at the 38-yard line, and let's see what the call was. Holding against South Warren.
Blocking the back.
Blocking the back.
That signal's awfully close to the same thing for both of them.
10-yard penalty one way or the other, and the ball goes back to the 49 of the Wildcats. So see if we can get a little defense going here, Steve, at the 5:38 mark. Still in the first quarter and no score. Spartans with the football. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 setback. And they give it to Nambong, and he is going to be caught at the line of scrimmage. Did fall forward for a yard. That'll be 2nd down and about 8. Gain 2.
Good job by the outside to stay at home over there and turn him back in.
Yeah, that was Saul Brady over there, along with Kane Newland. And 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 setback. And they give it to him to the other side, and he is down, a loss. The Wildcats had that one covered. Nice tackle there. That Tyler Doss, the first guy there, and then the rest of the Wildcats showed up, and a loss all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10. Just a little bit longer than 10. The back nose of the football is on the midfield mark. Good defense that time of the Wildcats, and 2 receivers go right, 1 to the left, 1 set back. As Litton takes it back to pass.
We were lined up offsides.
Flag and offsides against the Wildcats. So that makes it 3rd down and 5. Blown dead before the...
Whoa, that can't be right.
6-yard penalty. That's a 6-yard penalty. The nose was on the 50, and now the... Wow. Anyway, 3rd down and about 5, so snap back to... throws it, and it is overthrown, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Intended out in the to Bush, out in the left flat, and looks like they're going to punt it away again.
Watch the football.
Yes, sir. I don't think we'll be trying to block it. We're not in that formation that we usually use, but Rylan Thomas back at the 10-yard line. And he's got the breeze behind him here. Snap a little high, but he's got it. Oh, my goodness, kicks it off to the right side.
Watch the football.
Going to bounce right in the middle of the field. Wildcats are going to get it at the 21 once again.
We've gained a yard. No, actually we haven't.
That didn't gain anything because, yeah. Same starting spot. We played from the 20, Wildcats 20 to midfield. And that's where we played the whole first quarter with 3:48 left.
I'd really like to get this football into their end of the field a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like giving those guys a short field.
Every single time. I know it's what we've done here. All right. Receivers, 2 of them come wide to the right side. That's James. 1 set back, and Brady in motion. Back to pass, throws it to James. He's got it at the 40. And the first down of the ball game.
But they got one on the penalty on the roughing the kicker.
Right. Second first down, the first one that we've got other than the penalty. So 3:42, and the Wildcats finally move it out from the shadow of their own goal. Ball at the 39 of the Wildcats. Hunter James. What a player that guy is, you know it.
I'm telling you, he makes big catches.
Yep. And they give it to McKinney up the middle, runs over one guy, still moving all the way to midfield, and another first down.
He made somebody pay.
Oh, me.
That might have been Caleb Lloyd that came up, and McKinney just lowered his shoulder and moved him about 4 yards back.
So the ball at midfield.
3:20 to go in the first quarter, scoreless. Wildcats as deep as they've been, and they're right at midfield.
Yep. See if we can get it into their territory here. Man in motion. And they give it to Roby, and Roby goes down, lost the 2. They've got that one kind of sniffed out there.
Yep.
Well, they give him a loss of 1, so that'll make it 2nd and 11. Ball at the 49 of the Wildcats. They have really got our wingbacks covered so far in this ball game, and I think we'll have some other things that will be coming. And Hunter James wide to the left side. Now he comes back to the right side to line up as 3 men on that side. And back to pass. Caudle looking, and gets away, and is going to get across midfield and to the 48 of South Warren. I'll bring up 3rd down and a flag down, I believe. Illegal formation, illegal procedure by the Wildcats, so scratch that out and there'll be a 5-yard penalty and still be 2nd down. Ball at the 43. 2:13 left in the first quarter, no score. Another second down play coming up here for the Wildcats as Tay Jones wide to the left side and the double wing. Man in motion. They give it on a reverse to Brady, and he's caught in the backfield and loses a yard. And I think that's the second time we've tried that one, and the second time we lost yardage on it, so it brings up a third down.
Well,
and 16.
I'm just a radio guy, but I would try something different.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure we're setting up.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And we've got to do that, I suppose, but we've got to get a little blocking up front, too, when we try that. And Hunter James comes wide to the right side. One receiver goes wide to the left. And back to pass. And looking, throws it long to overthrown, intended for Josiah Roby, and Hayes on the coverage. And so that'll bring up a fourth down and about 17. And if we can get this kickoff and get him stopped, it'll be the first time South Warren will operate from their territory. The receiver standing at his 25, Caudle standing at his 30. Snap, it's a good one. Gets it off, nice punt, and it's going to be caught at the 30.
There's a block in the back,
block in the back.
And the guy made the tackle. No, Kane Newland got pushed in the back and still made the tackle.
Pushed him right into him, actually,
yep.
Didn't it? So, a South Warren Spartans take over at their own 33-yard line, we'll call it. With a minute and 2 seconds left in the first quarter, no score.
Well, so far, this has been what we thought it would be. It's just a slug match right now.
Yes, sir. Bush wide to the left side. And gives it to Namvong, and he is knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 9 yards. Up across the 40 to the 42. So it'll be second down and about 1. 55 seconds left. Clock is stopped. Ball was, the player was knocked out of bounds. Bush comes wide to the left side again. Hayes is wide to the right. And the snap. Back to pass. He's looking, throws a little short screen pass, and he's going to be hit. Pass went to Namvong. And a gain of about 5 on that, enough for a first down. First down of the ball game for South Warren. Ball at the 46 of the Spartans. Clock running at 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Still no score. Hayes wide to the left side along with Bush. One setback. And Litton keeps it, and down the sideline he goes and knocked out of bounds at about the Wildcats' 38-yard line. Another first down for the Spartans.
Pretty nice job by the offensive line on the right side to clear that hole out. Litton got to the outside, and actually we're fortunate that we got him out of bounds.
Lloyd goes wide to the right side. Hayes wide to the left side along with Bush. Namvong the setback. And they give it to Namvong. He comes to the outside and is hit at the 30 and goes down. Gain of about 7 on that. It'll bring up second down and about 3. Followed his blocking pretty well that time.
Yep.
And the clock will run down as the first quarter comes to a close with no score. We'll be right back. You're listening to Wildcat Country Sports. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Watch Hayes.
And takes it right up the middle, and looks like he got about 1.5 yards, which will bring up a fourth down, and about 1. Third down. No. Third down and less than 1 yard. Spartans break the huddle, and 2 receivers to the left. No, 2 come to the right now. Bush and Hayes. Lloyd to the left. And Ryder Litton keeps it, and he's going to be hit. I think he probably got the first down. They'd only needed about 1/2 yard, and I think he got 1 yard. So the third first down for South Warren.
Well, the Wildcats, even though he got the first down, James, he only had to fall to get the first down, basically. And the Wildcats did a pretty good job of being over there and keeping him inside.
Same formation with Hayes and Bush to the right. Lloyd to the left, snap. And he keeps it, throws a little flare pass out to the right side and gets about 5 yards. That pass to number, is that 13?
13. Zach Haynes.
Normally a wing back. I think Haynes is a tight end. So a gain of about 6 on that. It'll be second down and about 4. Two tight ends this time. And the snap, I give it to Namvong, and he goes enough for the first down. Just kept pushing the pile and gets all the...
Well, they have 4 first downs now, and all 4 of them have come on this drive.
Wildcats haven't been able to stop anything on this drive. They've gotten yardage on every play. And 2 tight ends again, receiver 1 to each side. And he keeps it, and this time he is stopped with a gain of 1 yard. Stopped at the 10, bring up second down and 9.
9:40 to go in the first half, still scoreless with South Warren at the 10-yard line.
Shepard into the ball game for Spartans at a wide out, or at the tight end, I guess. Second and 9. Hayes in motion. And they give it to Nambong, and he is stopped by Deion. Nice tackle. Deion Pearson right at the line, and brings up no gain in third down and 9.
Big third down here. This could be the difference in a 7 and a 3-point lead.
Yes, sir. And Hayes goes wide to the left, and Haynes to the right. Litton waiting for the snap. He's got it, back to pass, looks, throws it, and it's going to be caught for the touchdown to Haynes at the 8:39 mark.
Just put enough air under it to get it over the defender into Zach Haynes' hands. And the Spartans take a 6-0 lead with the kick to come by Alex Coron. Is that 11 yards?
10, I think.
10?
Yeah, he got 1 yard.
And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 8:39 to go in the first half, the South Warren Spartans take a 7-0 lead over the Wildcats. We'll be back. You're listening to WFKN Sports.
Wildcats trailing here and looking to get a little offense going.
I was going to say, James, we've got to get some offense going. It's not that we need to keep the defense off the field, because they are the offense too, but we've got to move the football some.
And Coron with the kick. And it is going to be taken in the end zone, and it will come out to the 20, just a yard into the end zone. He was kicking into pretty stiff wind according to the flag, and they still got it in the end zone.
Yeah, he can kick the ball.
Absolutely.
He was kicking, of course, he was doing it uncontested, but he was kicking field goals from the 35 in warm-ups.
Yep. So the Wildcats with the 1st and 10, the ball at their own 20, and 8:39 and left in the first quarter. And Carlos McKinney comes wide to the left side. Empty backfield. 2 wingbacks. And rolls out to pass, throws it down, and it's going to be.
That's a. Yeah, I started to say it's
flags come in from everywhere, and pass interference as a receiver for the Wildcats was turned around to catch it, and the guy doing the receiving was in his face and just walked up.
Had both hands up, waving him in his face.
Certainly did. So Hunter James, no way he could have made it, but a first down for the Wildcats, and that was a pretty obvious call there. I think about anybody could have made that one. Well, some of the guys from our conference
we've seen a couple of crews that couldn't have called it.
Right, so ball at the 35 now of Wildcats. 1st and 10.
Jackson with a nice throw on the run that time.
Yep, sure was. Same formation, and Brady in motion. They give it to him, and he gets caught. Hadn't been able to turn the corner yet, Steve. Got a yard on that, maybe 2. The 2nd down and about 8. Spread that out to the sidelines, and then Brady with no place to go, and been the same thing with Roby. I'm going to say hello to Joker up in Michigan tonight. Ohio State gets ready to play tomorrow. And back to pass again. And down he goes. A loss all the way back to the 27-yard line. And that guy came right straight across, Steve. Got him from the back. Loss of about, 12 yards. 13 maybe.
I did not see him come through the line of scrimmage, but he got there so fast, James, I don't believe he could have been touched.
No, I don't think so. He came from the outside. From outside the tackle I'm talking about.
7:19 to go in the half. Wildcats down 7-0.
And now all the way back to the 27-yard line, their own 27. And Cottle waits for the snap. He's got it. Screen pass. Almost intercepted. They had 3 guys on McKinney that time, and so that's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Wildcats will have to punt it away again at the 7:03. A screen pass that McKinney was wide open on the last time they tried that, but not this time.
That ball bounced off of 3 Spartans before it finally hit the ground. 3 of them had an opportunity to intercept it.
I was certainly glad to see it hit the ground.
Me too.
And Cole at his 15 and gets it away, and it's going to hit at the 40 and bounce and bounce and bounce inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. So a nice punt by Jackson Cottle. Seven to nothing, Spartans with the lead. And the 6:51 left in the first half.
Well, hopefully the Wildcats will adjust from that last offensive series for the Spartans because, James, you said it, we didn't really do a very good job of stopping anything on that drive.
Ball at the 28 where they finally spotted it down. And the Spartans take the field on offense.
We could use a turnover.
Yep, Lloyd, while they overload the right side with 3 receivers, 1 back to left, empty backfield. They hand it off to Nembong, and he's down the sideline and all the way to the 40 and to the 35.
That's John Ford.
Ford, number 1 is Ford, right? Wow. all the way down inside the Wildcats 30. And, man, he had his hand on the back of a blocker and just followed him right down the line.
Timeout, Franklin Simpson.
And Wildcats take a timeout with 6:40 left in the second quarter. Spartans up 7-0. We'll be right back here listening to Wildcat Country Sports.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, Litton takes the ball and jerked away from one guy and gets across the line of scrimmage to the 32-yard line.
Baker on the tackle for the Wildcats.
A gain of 5 on that, 2nd and 5, and actually had a hold of him in the backfield, Steve.
Yep.
And he jerks loose. Ball in Wildcat territory again at about the 33 of the Wildcats. 2 receivers to the right, 2 go back to the left, 1 setback, or rather the quarterback only. And the ball on the ground, and he has to dive on top of it all the way back to the 43-yard line, so a loss of 10 on that. Snap never did get off the ground, Steve.
No, it didn't.
Rolling back through there.
Litton's a second baseman in baseball. He didn't feel that grounder very well.
Well, he might have heard 51 and 74 coming after him. But anyway, 3rd down and about 17 now.
We haven't really gotten much pressure on him, James, and the young man doesn't like to be hit. Wildcat defense needs to get to him a couple of times.
So 3rd and 17. 2 receivers come to the right, 1 back to the left.
Well,
1 setback. And back to pass again. He throws it, and it's going to be overthrown up at the 20-yard line. So that brings up 4th down. And I think they're going to punt us into our territory, deep in our territory again, as Coron comes onto the field. He'll be standing at his 45, and the Wildcats send Roby deep. Coron kicking into the wind. That hadn't bothered him so far in this quarter. Waiting for the snap, and it's a good one, and he gets it off straight up in the air, and it's going to hit at the 20 and bounce out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, so not a very good kick. They're kicking it away from that time, I think, kicking it away from Josiah, but well, they spotted at the 24.
I'm going to tell you, they are giving us opportunities, and we haven't been able to take advantage of them yet.
Absolutely.
4:57 to go in the half, down 7-0 are our Wildcats.
Tay Jones wide to the left side, and Roby goes in the slot on the left side. 1 setback, I formation. Roby in motion to the left side, and they give it up the middle to Brady. He goes across the line of scrimmage and across the 25 and up to about the 20. See where they mark it? Looks like 28. So 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Gonna have to get this ground game going a bit here, Steve. Tay Jones to the left side, double wing. Give it to McKinney, and he is hit in the backfield. Absolutely not a chance for him. Got hit just as he got the football, and big number 55. Jacob Lacey, 290. A lot of weight, and McKinney couldn't move him.
Pretty good football player, too, is
no
Lacey.
Doubt about it. 3rd down and 6, no gain on that one. Wildcats need 6 here to keep this drive going. And they give it on the inside reverse to Roby, and he is going to be I don't know, it's going to be close. Depends on the spot. And that's going to be pretty close as they look. I think they're calling timeout. I think they may be going to measure it, but Josiah setting down. trainer comes out, and his ankle. He's had a sore ankle for a long time, all season long. So timeout for the measurement. Bring a change across the field. Ball at the 34-yard line.
Nearly killed the referee. First down.
See, did he get it? Did he get it? It is first down. Is that 5?
I've got 4.
Okay. So first down for the Wildcats. And coming in at the wingback for the Wildcats is Trey Bass.
You're right, that is 5. I had 5 on the side and 4 on the top.
Okay.
3:28, the clock running. Wildcats only with 1 timeout if they can keep this drive alive.
Double wing formation with Tay Jones wide to the left side. Give it to McKinney. He goes up the middle across the line of scrimmage to the 40. Gain of 6, and it'll be second down and 4.
For the most part, that's been the most successful play of the night, except for that pass to Hunter James.
Yeah, and that one Roby just got through with. That's the first time that a wingback has made anything
that's
more
right.
than a yard. Tay Jones to the left side. Second down and 4. And they give it to McKinney again, and he actually tripped over his own man there and got a yard, and that'll bring up third down and about 3.
Same play again. That time they sniffed it out. Coming up on the 2:20 mark in the second quarter, 7-0 South Warren in this regional championship game.
Hunter James wide to the right side, and it's 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And McKinney the setback. And back to pass. Looks, gets it out to Bass. Bass goes forward, and I think he may have got enough of the first down, Steve.
Looks like he did. Yep.
And first down it is, number 6 for the Wildcats.
James, we've got to start watching the clock a little bit, too. We got to get some bigger chunks.
Yep. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. 1 setback, McKinney. And Jackson Caudill back to pass. Looking, throws it, and it is almost intercepted. Was it batted up in the air?
It was. It was. Lineman.
Throwing it over to the left side, and the ball ended up out in the middle of the field, so...
Lacey got a hand on it, and I couldn't tell who that was diving for it, but it was close.
Yeah, it may have been Haynes, I think. All right, 2 receivers right again. Same formation for the Wildcats. Back to pass, and I think we had an illegal procedure, and we did, and I'll bring up 2nd and 15.
I think if you're down by a touchdown, you ought to get a couple of steps, and that's what we had was a couple of steps.
Yeah. Oh, minute 42 left in the first quarter.
We've done actually a better job on penalties this half than we did the first half last week, but they've come at really inopportune times.
Yep. Same formation now. And Jackson Caudill back to pass. Throw.
Hey,
pass interference. He got it. He got him.
I tell you what, these pass interference on South Warren are stupid.
Yeah.
Waving your hands in the face of a guy and not looking for the football and holding him by the jersey, and then he shows his palms up like he doesn't think he did anything.
Yeah, well, I believe that'll be a first down, Steve. Goes all the way to the right. And I think that's first down.
So if he'd marked our penalty like he's marked some of those other penalties, it would have been.
It is. Minute 36 left. Ball at the 45 of South Warren. 2 receivers left and 2 right for the Wildcats. Same formation. And nice block. There's Jackson Caudill to the right side. Look. and turns around and caught at the 3-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
Is that James? Oh,
Yeah,
my goodness.
Wow. How many yards was that, Steve?
How many yards, guys? 42 yards.
Did you see what happened down there? Were you watching that?
Yeah.
James was just standing there, just all of a sudden he goes up and catches the ball.
And defended, went right over the defender's hands.
Sure did. Ball at the 4-yard line. Wow. Empty backfield. And man in motion. And they give it to Brady, and he loses all the way back. Man, he had not a chance, Steve. Not an opportunity.
Well, that's, Carlos has been gaining 3 or 4 yards up the middle, and we get to the 3-yard line and then do something that hadn't worked all night.
And timeout called by somebody. Wildcats, I guess, with 50 seconds left. Timeout on the field, 50 seconds left. Ball all the way back now. We're just going to keep it here. It's 2nd and goal from the 11, and, got the block. And they're overloading it on us, so we're going to have to do something else. I wouldn't mind seeing them try 3 passes from right here, Steve, you know it?
Well, from there, you're going to have to pass. Oh, yeah, they're going to come at us like.
Yeah, I think we got to be pretty close to minus yardage on the ground.
Well, because we talked about it a minute ago, Carlos has gained yardage. Josiah had 1 good run, and that's about it.
That's it.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's why they get the big bucks and I don't.
All right, Tay Jones wide to the right side, man in motion. And they give it to McKinney up the middle across the 10 down to about the 7 or 8 yard line, and we could have used that one the last time with 39 seconds left.
And we got to move on, guys.
Yep, they line it up. 33 seconds left. Man in motion. And they give it to Bass.
Face mask.
Bass.
There it is.
Face mask. Boy, I tell you what, they haven't missed a thing, have
Nope, they haven't.
And that's at the 7 yard line, and that'll be a half the distance. But the thing about it is we've got to, it's 3rd down and goal now. And only 23 seconds left, so.
Well, we're back up to the 3 yard line.
And that's where we started.
Yep.
And the clock will start with the ready to play. Man in motion, back to pass, and Caldwell's looking. He's going to cut it up and go in for the touchdown! Jackson Cardle with the touchdown from 3 yards out, ties it up with 14 seconds left in the first quarter. In the first half.
Jackson Caldwell took the snap, rolled to the right side looking for a receiver, good coverage down the field, and he barely squeaked into the corner of the goal line. Madison Alexander can tie this thing up with 14.9 seconds left in the first half. Rylan Thomas will hold. Cade Harvey's the snapper. Ball's marked for play. Rylan waits. Snaps good. Ball's down. Kicks up. Flag's down. Kick is good. Let's see what the flag is.
I think we're coming off the field. Let's see what.
Yep. Jack Randolph was listening and turned and came off the field, so I believe the Wildcat points are good. Waiting for the sign. Well, the officials are huddling. Unsportsmanlike. That's an aided. They aided the blocker, the guy trying to block. Huh? Yeah, that's an unsportsmanlike when he tries to climb the back of a lineman to block. So the Wildcats tied up with 14.9 seconds left. We'll be back. You're listening to WFKN Sports.
Up yet, Eddie.
No, this may be a long commercial. So
5, 4.
you go ahead and I'll get the recap in after the kickoff.
Okay, Wildcats kicking off from the 45 of South Warren, and Baker will kick it, and it's going to go in the end zone, so South Warren will bring it out to the 20, Steve.
And the Wildcats went 76 yards in 11 plays. They picked up 4 first downs. Big play of the drive was a Caudle to James 42-yard pass. Caudle takes it in from 3 yards out. Madison Alexander adds the point after, and we're tied at 7 with 14.9 seconds left in the half. This touchdown recap brought to you by Zaxby's, 1554 Nashville Road. All the folks at Zaxby's say, don't eat turkey, eat chicken. That's what they say.
That's what
yeah.
That's what the turkeys say, too.
That's what the cows were saying, and the chickens have adopted that.
Well, Wildcats playing a prevent defense here with and they're going to down it and bring the first half to a close, tied at 7. Steve will be along with a very interesting halftime guest. Quarters of football left this season as Baker kicking into the wind here, heads for the ball, and there's a kick, and it's going to hit at the 10-yard line, and he picked it up. And, wow, it was about to go out of bounds, but he moves it up across the 25 and up to about 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
We have seen that more this year. I guess you it's better to be overcautious, and if that ball dies right there, it's a live football.
Yep. Yeah, I think they knew that, and that's part of the reason he went ahead and picked it up, because the Wildcats were booming down on him.
Yep. 7-7 as we begin the third quarter.
Josiah Roby back on the field for the Wildcats after that tweak of his ankle. And 3 receivers to the left, 1 wing back on the right side, and they send Hayes in motion, and they give it to him, and he's going to try to turn the corner, and he's caught.
That is a football play. That was Saul Brady.
What a tackle. He ran from one side of the field to the other and gained a yard.
Great defensive play by Brady.
Ran 49 yards to get 1.
And
Lytton started out way over here.
Lytton took a little bit of a shot there after the handoff, too.
All right, 2 receivers come back to the left side. That's the wide side now of the field, 1 to the right. 2nd and 9 for the Raiders. There's a snap. They give it to Nambong, and he is caught as he goes across the 30 up to about the 32 for a gain of a couple. No more than that, about 4, so it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Jordan Bass got a big arm around him to slow him down and had some help from some of his fellow Wildcats. Big 3rd down play.
Yep, and it's a long 5, Steve. It's
yep.
more closer to 6 maybe, but at any rate, 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. That's Lloyd coming back to the wide side. And looks, throws it over the middle, and it is caught down the middle of the field, and that's Haynes, and he's going to be caught all the way down at the 20-yard line inside the 20 by the Wildcats. He's the tight end, Steve. He just took about 3 steps out and slanted toward the middle of the field. And the Wildcats didn't have coverage on him. He caught it, and a big play there for South Warren. How many first downs?
5.
5, okay.
And he moves pretty well in the open field also to be a big man.
Yep. And he is 6'3" and 255. That's all right. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. As they hand it to Nambong, he goes up the middle and goes across the line of scrimmage, the 15 down to about the 13. Gain of about 5, 2nd down and 5.
That's such a shame for the Wildcats to have done such a good job, and then that play burst right out in the open. Nice fake. I got to give Lytton credit. Nice fake on that.
Trent Rice limp back to the huddle for South Warren, one of the starting interior linemen. 2 receivers spread wide to the right, 1 to the left. And they give it to Nambong again, and he's going to be caught. Oh, nice play.
Who is that? Brady again?
Well, the guy hadn't turned around yet that made the first contact with him.
No, it's 6.
Is Tay
It
Jones.
was Tay Jones.
Made the first contact. You're exactly right. Gain of about 1, third down, and about 4, we'll say.
What's that tight end on this side this time?
Yeah, Lloyd wide to the right side. Hayes and Bush, and they give it up the middle, and he gets a few yards. A couple of yards, I guess. We'll see where they spot it, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 2. So 4th and 2 for South Warren. Looks like they're going for it. I would think they might have tried a field goal here, Steve, but I guess they feel like they're moving the football.
Yeah.
So.
Wake on kicks. This would almost be a gimme for him.
Wildcat fans on their feet here cheering this defense on. 1 setback. That's Nambong behind. He fumble football. Down it goes. A loss of about 2.
There's a flag in there, I think.
I think that was a beanbag for the fumble.
Yep, there's a flag.
Oh, there was a flag also. Yeah, I see it.
Did we get the ball? Well, he didn't get the first down, so if it's against them, we got the ball. There's it, crackback.
Against them, and we'll take the play and take over inside our 10-yard line. Great job of the Wildcats. So even if they'd have gotten the play off, it would have been a 15-yard penalty. So the Wildcats take over. Looks like the ball is they're on 11. 8:24 left in the third quarter. Tied at 7. What a ball game this has been. Jackson Cottle heads from the sidelines to the huddle. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
That's the defensive stand we were looking for.
Absolutely. And double wing formation. And they give it up the middle to McKinney, and I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Eight minutes left in the third quarter. Still tied at 7. Wildcats break the huddle and send James wide to the right side. And 1 setback. Jackson Cottle back to pass. Looking, he's got James over the middle and incomplete.
Good defense that time by the Spartans.
Yep, they just bumped and not a bad pass. I mean,
yep.
James could have gotten it, but they both went up and they bumped in the air, so that's not pass interference. That's 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats. Be kicking into a win if they have to punt it here. As Brady goes in the slot on the right side, James wide out to the right. 1 setback. Back to pass. He's looking, got a guy down the middle, and it is caught by Tay Jones. He's at the 40. He's at midfield. He's at the 40, at the 30. 1 man to beat. The 20, and the block. 10.
Out of the 2.
Stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Tay Jones, my goodness, what a play. How many yards was that, Steve?
Well, it was from the, what was it, from the 11, guys? 86 yards.
So they say he stepped out at the 3, which I believe to be the right call. So 7:26 left here in the third quarter. Wildcats threatening as they have flipped the field here on South Warren.
86 yards, James.
And they give it to Brady. Brady dances around down to the 1-yard line.
Deion Pearson in the backfield.
Yep. Got that heavy offense in there.
It's about the length of a football from the goal line.
Yep. And Jackson Cottle may be sneaking this one, who knows. And up under center, he sneaks it and goes in for the touchdown. Wildcats lead it for the first time tonight at the 6:52 mark in the third quarter, Steve.
Jackson Caudill goes in from a half yard out following an 86-yard pass play to Tay Jones, and the Wildcats take a 13-7 lead. Madison Alexander will try to make it a full 7 points as Ryland Thomas will hold and Cade Harvey will snap the football. 6:52 to go in the third quarter. Wildcats stopped the Spartans on the opening kickoff of the half, took the football and went a total of 89 yards, waiting for the snap. It's a good one. It's down. Kick is up, and it is good, and the Wildcats are up 14-7 with 6:52 remaining. You're listening to with 6:52 chicken finger dinner.
All right, Baker to kick it off. Here's the kick, and it is going to be taken at the 12-yard line and cuts back and goes across the 20, and down it goes at the 20. Nice tackling by the Wildcats. Carlos McKinney in on that tackle, along with 16 would be Kane Newland. Ball at the 25. Wildcats with their first lead of the night at 14-7 with 6:44 left in the third quarter. Wow. What a football game, Steve-O.
Jordan Bass trying to pump his defense up.
All right. Gives it to Nambong. He spins and is hit as he crossed the line of scrimmage, got a yard. Second down and 9.
And I tell you the thing that the Wildcats need to watch, C.J. Hayes has been pretty quiet offensively tonight. And when they really need a big play, he's the man they generally look at. Now, they looked at Haynes earlier.
Bush wide to the left side, 2 receivers to the right, 1 setback. And they give it to Nambong again, and he goes to about the 30, maybe to the 31. Pickup of about 4. I'll bring up third down and about 5.
Need a stop here.
Yep, Wildcats get a stop here. It would be nice.
Clock down to 5:50 in the third quarter. Wildcats up 14-7.
And Hayes comes wide to the left side along with Lloyd. And 2 tight ends this time. And now they send a man in motion to the left, and they hand it up the middle, and he doesn't get it. Nice tackle.
That was Hunter James that hit him. I don't know who had him around the feet.
Number 2, who is
Tyler
Doss. So that brings up fourth down.
Watch the football.
Yep, we don't. Fourth down and about 1, and we
watch this guy over here on the side.
All right, Coron waits for the snap. Wildcats all standing up. There's a snap. Oh, a little high, but he got it. Kicks, and it is high, and Josiah Roby lets signal fair catch and lets it roll, and that's all right down to the 16 and 15, 14-yard line. The Wildcats take over at their 14-yard line. First and 10, leading at 14-7, 4:43 left here in the third quarter. And Steve, what about a 90-something yard drive, 80 whatever it is?
86.
86.
Well, we just did an 89, so an 86 would fall right in there in a good place.
Yeah, and take about 15 minutes off the clock.
Yeah. 4:43 to go in the third. Be careful down here, ball protection.
Ryland Thomas goes wide to the left side, and a double wing formation. And back to pass. Jackson Caudill looks, and he's got, just tipped. Had Brady open, and the ball was just tipped just before. The guy couldn't have made the catch on Steve, but he just got a finger on it and tipped it away from Brady. So second and 10.
Don't often see us throw the football on first down.
No, but all right, double wing formation. McKinney, the fullback. And Josiah, they give it to McKinney up the middle. He goes across the line of scrimmage and gets a yard. That'll be 3rd down and 9. And the back judge comes in and has a word of caution to number 1, who
Mr.
is
Ford.
John Ford, about something. Boy, they've kept an eye on it, you know it, Steve.
They sure have. And James, can't remember. I don't believe the crowd was this big the first time we played them. They're 3 and 4 deep around the track down by the gate.
Yep.
Well, actually, halfway around the field.
Yes, sir, and down the other end, too, and even some folks sitting out on the edge of the field. All right, 3rd and 9. And back to pass. He's got he's got Josiah Roby open. He's in midfield. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Josiah Roby. Wow, what a pass play. He was wide open, Steve. My goodness.
86 yards. Caudle to Roby for the touchdown. 84 yards. It sounded better saying 86. 84-yard TD throw to Roby with 3:39 to go. They scored at 6:52. They've scored at 3:39. And Alexander will try to give them a 14-point lead with Ryland Thomas to hold. Waiting for the snap. It's good. Ball's down. Kick is up. It's good, and the Wildcats are up 21-7 over the South Warren Spartans. You're listening to WFKN Sports.
And it is going to hit the ground at the 20 and picked up, and down it goes as it crosses the 30 and up to the 35. So South Warren takes over at their 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Wildcats with a 2-touchdown lead now, 21-7, and 3:33 left in the 3rd quarter.
Let's don't get lax, guys. We need to put pressure on Ryder Litton. This is going to turn into nothing but a passing game for the. This is where C.J. Hayes will come in big, and this is where Litton will try to take over the game. They're the leading guys on the team. It's just natural that they would. Wildcat defense needs to stay strong right here. 3:33 to go in the 3rd. Wildcats up 21-7.
Hayes wide to the right side and double wing. Well, now they move forward into the backfield.
It's
not a delay of game. It's an illegal substitution. Not enough players on the field, and when 36 stepped on the field, and you know what, Steve, that's happened a dozen times this year, and the first time it's been called properly.
Yep.
So now it's 1st and 15, ball back at the 30. Hayes wide to the right side, man in motion, and he stops. Another man in motion, and back to pass, and throws it long, and it's going to be incomplete.
Great defense by Saul Brady.
Certainly was. And also Roby over there, but Brady made the play.
And Ryder Litton, there's a flag on the far side.
Let's see what he says.
Looks like he's talking to...
Illegal procedure against them, and they'll decline that, I think. So I'll be...
No.
It's declined. So it'll be...
Yes. 2nd down.
Yeah, 2nd 15. And the snap. Give it to Namvong. He finally gets bumped out of bounds after a gain of maybe a couple. Now bring up 3rd down and see where they mark it at the 32. 3rd down and about 12. .318 left in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats up 21-7. Bush comes wide to the left side, and wide to the right side is Lloyd, and Hayes in the slot. And yes, that's it! At the 45-yard line. Man, he got hit. Who was that hit him?
Was it Pearson? Pearson hit him? Oh, it was Baker. It was Baker.
Baker. And the interception was by whom?
Who intercepted the pass?
Hunter James.
Well.
All right, the Wildcats with the ball at the 45. South Warren, 3:08 left in the third quarter. Wildcats up 21-7.
He killed him.
Oh, man.
And he was slow getting up. This is where a rider sometimes gets hurt.
All right. Thomas wide to the left side. One setback, man in motion. And they give it up the middle to McKinney, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second down and 10. Well, I tell you what.
That's one of those you saw it coming, and I mean the ball had barely left his hand, and James Baker absolutely unloaded on Ryder Litton.
All right, it'll be Tay Jones checking in at the wide out for Ryland Thomas. And Josiah limping a bit, but in that slot position out to the left side, and this time it's the I formation for the Wildcats. Comes in motion, and there's Brady, and he goes up the middle and got a yard, and that'll bring up third down and 9. Well, you know what, Steve? A long pass here, even if it gets intercepted, is as good as a punt, isn't it?
It is. I don't want us to go too conservative in what we're doing here, but that we've been running the ball into the middle all night, so.
Well, we will see what we will see here. Minute 53 left in the third quarter, and the Wildcats with a third down and 9, ball at the 39. I'm sorry, 44. The snap back to pass. He's looking. There's a man wide open. Jackson Cole throws it and overthrown. And he had somebody open down there.
Had 2 of them, but he also had pressure, so.
Yep. Bowling Green up 35-14. Thanks to my buddy up at Bowling Green. So Caudle will punt it away here.
Ryland
Thomas to punt it away. Waits for the snap. It's a good one, and he gets it off. And it's going to bounce and bounce and bounce, and inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. The Wildcats put them deep in their own territory at the 6. And a minute 22 left in the third quarter. Wildcats up 21-7. Mark it at the 7. Somebody on their back over there getting some leg workouts.
Well, Litton back in the game after taking a pretty good shot and being slow to get up.
And receivers 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 setback. And gives it to Nemvong, and he is hit by Doss. And then joined by some friends after a gain of about 5, and it'll be second down and 5. Minute 5 left in the third quarter. Wildcats up 21-7. Break the huddle wide to the left side. Comes Lloyd. Hayes and Bush to the right side. 1 setback. And they give it to Namvon again, and he's got maybe a yard. And that brings up third down and about 4. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. 3rd and 4 for South Warren. Lloyd to the left side, 2 receivers to the right. Hayes on the outside, looking to throw, and it's... And the Baker with the interception. The Wildcats go up by 3 touchdowns.
Was it Tay Jones? It was, wasn't it? Oh, no, it's Baker. James Baker. What yard line, guys, are you giving him? It's like a 6 or 7, wasn't it? Well, James Baker intercepts the pass, goes into the end zone. Wildcats are up 27-7, and Matty on to attempt the point after. Ball's down, kicks up. It's good, and the Wildcats are up 28-7 with 6.2 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Oh my goodness!
Wow!
You're listening.
Approaches the ball. There's the kick, and it is going to be taken at the 16-yard line. Cuts to the outside and gets nailed. And you know what? Every Wildcat except 2 were right there. And they're going to spot it down at the 25-yard line. Listen to the fans, my friends. If you think they're not having a good time.
Well, I tell you what, guys, it's great to be up 27-7. We got to guard against a big play. They can score from anywhere on the field, and they can score in a hurry.
End of the quarter. We'll be right back. Wildcats up 27-7. You're listening to Wildcat Country Sports. Little screen pass over. Oh, what a play! Tay Jones tried to throw a screen behind the 2 guys, and Tay Jones was right there for a 4-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 14.
That is what you call having a bead on a guy. He had a bead on him. He came from 10 yards before he hit John Ford.
So loss of 4, 2nd and 14. 11:30 left in the game. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Man in motion, and they hand it to him, and he's going to be finally caught, gained about 3. And that brings up 3rd down and about 11.
This could go a long way in holding the momentum on the Franklin Simpson side of this ball game if they could get a stop here on 3rd and 11.
2 receivers come to the right. 2 goes to the left. And the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking, throws it, and it is caught right out in the middle of the field. And he's going to be caught. Down he goes. Across midfield and down to the 44. Another 1st down by South Warren. Well, how many is that? Just 5th?
That is 6, and that is only the 2nd one in this half.
Well, we didn't get any 1st downs. We got touchdowns, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And hands it off to Nembong, and he is pushed out of bounds. And I think he probably got a 1st down, depending on where he went out.
Yep.
And his 1st down.
And James Ford caught that ball on the previous play right in the middle of the field, wide open. And those are the kind of plays we can't give up with 10 minutes to go in the ball game.
Lloyd wide to the right side. Hayes wide to the left. 2 tight ends. And back to pass, throws it long, and it's going to be overthrown by about 10 yards, actually. And Tay Jones, is that Tay? No.
No, that's Kane Newland.
Yeah, Newland saw it was going to be overthrown, and he just kept running, didn't touch anybody, didn't bump anybody. So 2nd and 10 for South Warren. Ball at the 34 of the Wildcats. Wildcats up 27-7. Lloyd to the right side, and it will be Hayes to the left side. And they give it up the middle, and he is hit, and down he goes. Got maybe a couple. I'll bring up a third down and about 7. But they're in 4-down territory, Steve. So
yeah.
And that's Lloyd that was injured.
I think he has a cramp.
Yeah, I think so. He hopped up, but he's gone to the sideline to get a little work done.
Well, we got to get back ready.
Clock runs. All right, 2 receivers to the right. Eblin in the slot on the right, back to pass. He's looking. He's got Hayes, and he's going to be caught for the touchdown. Just outran us.
Well, our guy stumbled. From the 31-yard touchdown pass from Litton to Hayes. Caps a 73-yard drive. Coron to attempt the point after. It's up, and it's good. And just like that, it's a 27-14 ball game. And it gives them a little hope. We'll be back. You're listening to WFK in Sports. We need a little ball control here with 9.5 minutes to go.
And there's a kick, and it is short, and a fair catch called for.
Should be a flag.
It should be, but I think they're going to say you're not. The Wildcats were ready for that, and that is a great play by Ryland Thomas. An onside kick, it went right straight up in the air, and Ryland knew exactly what to do, signal for the fair catch. Wildcats have the football at their 41-yard line, so a great play there by Ryland Thomas.
So I guess they just thought that contact wasn't enough on a fair catch.
Incidental, I think. It was.
Okay. They've done an awful good job. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah, I don't think it was. He'd have knocked him down maybe. All right, here go the Wildcats on offense. Handoff. And here comes Bass around the corner to 40. Midfield, cuts it back and goes out of bounds. A first down for the Wildcats at the 46-yard line of South Warren.
Need a few of those.
Yep. Stayed in bounds, and
Trey Bass has got some speed, I'm telling you.
And no doubt about it. They mark it at the 47. And the clock rolls. 27-14, Wildcats with the lead at 9 minutes, 10 seconds left. And double wing formation. Jackson Cottle looks everything over, and he's waiting for the field judge to start his right up the middle to McKinney. McKinney still moving across the 40 and down to the 37-8-yard line. Gain of about 7 or 8 on that.
He just didn't want to stop the clock with a first down.
That's exactly right. So second down, a gain of 9, second down and 1. Just right now we're beating them on the line, Steve.
Protect the football.
Yes, sir. Double wing again. And Jackson Cottle looks at the back judge and sneaks it across for the 1 yard that he needed. Another first down for the Wildcats. Is that 9?
Yes, sir.
First and 10, ball at the 36-yard line.
The clock will go under 8 minutes before the ball is snapped again as the referee winds it. Actually, it'll be about 7:45, 46, 47, something like that.
To the left side comes Ryland Thomas. Jackson Cottle watches the back judge, and when he starts his 5-second count, goes up under center, makes the call, hands it to McKinney, and McKinney.
3 of them.
Ground and got a yard. Bounced off, went right up the middle, and they couldn't get him down. Ball just shy of the 36 of South Warren.
It'll go to 7 minutes before he has to snap it here. He'll snap it a couple of seconds before that.
Tay Jones in at wide out. Goes wide to the right. Bass, a wing back on the right. McKinney, the full back. Brady, the wing back on the left. And the snap. Fakes it, keeps it, and gets back. He either missed the handoff or still got a yard.
And I'm going to tell you, that was a great job of protecting the football. That could have been a fumble and a disaster.
Yep. So third down now, and didn't get a yard. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 35-yard line. And Jackson Cottle gets the play from the sideline. Clock rolling at 6.5 minutes. Tay Jones wide to the right. See what the Wildcats dial up here. Cottle sends a man in motion. Fakes it, Cottle. Here's Tay Jones. He's got it. James has got it at the 10-yard line. Out of bounds at the 9. First down for the Wildcats. Mark the ball right at the 10-yard line, so it will be first and goal from the 10. 6-11 went out of bounds.
I'll tell you what he did. He went out of bounds.
Yep.
He is unbelievable, guys.
Yep. Tay Jones wide to the right.
He was wide open, too, by the way. We don't have to worry. Yeah, I started to say we can snap the ball here. The clock's not running.
Yep. Jackson Cottle up under center, takes it, hands it to McKinney. McKinney spins, gets across the 10 to the 9. Gain of 1, second and goal from the 9. Clock running, 5:57 left in the game. Whew, man, one in the end zone here would finish the night, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, it would, but they're doing exactly what they need to do. They are eating up. They're using 22 to 23 of the 25 seconds. I think there were 9 minutes on the clock when this drive started, something like 9 minutes.
Tay Jones wide to the right side. And Jackson Cottle takes the snap, gives it to McKinney. He bounces and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. I think he got a yard, so it'll be third down and goal, and they'll spot it at the, spot it back at the 9, so no gain, 3rd and 9.
And it'll go to about 4:40.
Tay Jones wide to the right side. See where Hunter's at, because he might get a pass this time. And the snap. Gives it on a reverse. And it is Brady into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Brady goes in from 9 yards out, sweeps to the right side, picks up a couple of blocks, goes right into the corner at the pylon, and with 4:36 to go in the ball game, the Wildcats go up 33-14. Madison Alexander will come on to attempt the point after. 9-yard run for Saul Brady. Oh my goodness. 33-14, 4:36 to go. Alexander can make it a 20-point ball game. Well, whatever the Wildcats didn't do offensively in the first quarter, the ball's down, kick is blocked, and it's no good. But the Wildcats lead at 33-14 with 4:36 to go. You're listening to WFKN Sports. Kicking power right now.
All right, it'll be Baker to kick it away. 4:36 left in the game. And a kick. And it's going to hit at the 20 and bounced around at the...
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Sure did.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds when he caught the football.
Yep. That's probably, I think that's the first thing that those guys have missed tonight.
Yep.
And he returns it to the 42-yard line. 4:28 left in the game. Wildcats up 33-14. All right, here come the Spartans.
We need another pickoff for a touchdown.
Yep.
And Hayes wide to the right side. And two slot players back to pass, fakes one way, looks, throws it across the middle to Cambong, and he's going to be Hayes. And he's loose, and down he goes at about the 35, enough for a first down for South Warren.
Good thing was he was taking time off the clock the whole time he was running.
Yep.
But we got to do a better job of tackling than that. We let him out a couple of places there.
He ain't easy to tackle.
No, I know.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans, ball at the 35 of the Wildcats now. And you bet the play bounced the ball back, and what do we have?
Illegal procedure.
And Spartans lose 5 yards on an illegal procedure. Back to the 40. It'll be 1st and 15. 4:07 left in the game. Wildcats up 33-14. The clock will start. And it'll be under 4 minutes when the ball is snapped. Wildcats up 33-14. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Snap. And he's back. He's looking, tries to get away, throws it long, and it's going to be knocked
good
down.
Defense.
Nice defense back there. And that is
Trayvon Dunn.
And also Tay Jones. Double covering on that.
Yep.
2nd and 15.
Tay Jones has absolutely been all over the place tonight.
He has played one whale of a game.
Defensively. 350.
And South Warren fans kind of thinning out over there, Mr. Thurman.
Yeah, I don't know where it must be raining. Sorry to say, people are beginning to stir down there.
Yep. All right. Waiting for the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. Got some coverage. Throws it deep again. It's going to be... Intercepted!
Yes!
Right in front of Hayes. It is Tay Jones. With 3:40 left, the Wildcats with the football at their own 3-yard line and 3:40 left in the ball game.
What is it at the
3:40.
At the 3-yard line.
3-yard line. Tay Jones. Now, Tay has got to be some kind of a player of the game.
Well, it can be 2 or 3.
Yeah. Wow.
That is the 2nd interception given up by Mr. Litton, right? Or 3rd? 3rd interception by Mr. Litton. Well.
Rain begins to trickle down just a bit. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the ball game. Wildcats with the ball on their own 3-yard line. 3:40 left in the ball game. And Cottle steps back, now gets the count, calls a timeout. I think he saw something he didn't particularly like, so the Wildcats use a timeout. 3:40 left in the game. Wildcats up 33-14. We'll be right back. You're listening to Wildcat Country Sports.
Absolutely.
All right. And Jackson Cottle pulls a quarterback sneak and gets a yard or so. But the important thing is the clock's running at 3:28 now.
I'm surprised they're not using timeouts. Of course, they may figure that they're down 19 points. And
got out to the 4-yard line. Gain of 1, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. They'll break the huddle, and Jackson will watch the back judge. Waits for him to starts his count, gives a snap, and gives it to McKinney, I think. Is it McKinney?
Yeah. And dropped him back to the 1. or the half.
Yeah, no, 1 according to the chain over there. 3rd down and 11. Clock at 2:33. And the Wildcats break the huddle. 33-14 lead for the Wildcats. Rylan Thomas wide to the right. Jackson Cottle with a quick quarterback sneak and gets it all the way out to the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. And 2 minutes, and clock will be under 2 minutes now when they snap the ball again.
6.
50-14, Purples with the lead up at Bowling Green. 4th down and about 6. Wildcats huddle with 1:30 left. I don't know, they might call a timeout here at the clock keeps running, and calling timeout, letting the clock run. 1:15 left in the ball game. Wildcats up 33-14. They will punt it away, and my, Mr. Thurman.
I'm going to tell you.
Our guys, what a game. What a game.
What an effort.
Yep.
And, James, we've seen it all season long.
That's right.
In the first quarter, it looked a lot like the Russellville game. We really couldn't do a lot right, but we did just enough to keep them from running away with it early. But in the second half, honestly, it's like there wasn't even a South Warren team on the field.
Touch it. Gets the whistle. There's a kick, and it scoots along the ground and is picked up, and there he comes down the middle to the 23, and we didn't tackle very well. He found him a spot and returned it. So 33-16 the score here. The Wildcats with the lead with 1 minute and a second left. So I just don't need to let them do anything. I like this big score right here.
Yeah, I like it is.
Guarantee you they'll put it up in the air and try to score again. That's what they should do.
Well, nobody ran down our sideline this trip taunting us like some of them did the last game before we took the lead.
Nope. Well, he's got Hayes over there by himself.
Got Tay Jones on him.
And he's looking, throws it long, and it's going to be intercepted again. And he's just stumbling around the sideline and finally steps out of bounds. Another interception by Tay Jones right in front of the All-Stater C.J. Hayes. 49 seconds left, and that will do it.
Off the hands of the all-world Mr. Litton.
From Butler County.
Yeah, from Butler County.
He would. Well, you know, Tay Jones with the right thing there. He just stumbled along there and got it away from the goal line, and then stepped out of bounds to end the play. Don't need any more points. We just need the clock to run out. And the Wildcats in the formation I like to see FS in, and that is a victory formation and no contact, and there'll be one more, and that will mean the Wildcats will win it. Let's see how long he takes to official looks over, and he's going to mark it at 24 seconds. And I think everybody's ready to go home. Clock runs at 16, and Wildcats are going to win it. They're going to be the regional champions. They're going to John Hardin next week, and I like what's going on the field right now.
Yep.
As Wildcats win it 33-16 and are the regional champions.
And your Region 1 champions, the Franklin Simpson Wildcats.